it is. So, I believe you had time to go through the last session of Shreyas and Preyas. I could hear some dogs are barking like me, so I muted it. So, no, I muted it. It's okay, Ashok. So, I believe you must have gone through the last session. You had a time to go through it. So now we are a seeker, so things becomes easy. So we should know it completely that the seed does not become a tree overnight. Knowledge is not realized in stages. No, knowledge is realized in stages. We have to give some time to contemplate and reflect. You eat vegan food, the best food, according to the nutrition and expert. But question is whether I'm able to digest that food or not. If I'm not able to digest, you eat the best food. One doctor in India told me that if you are taking food supplements, question is whether the body really accepts that. Same thing with the knowledge. So we were talking about, you remember desire, three diseases of the mind, and Shreyas and the Preyas. We create favorable and unfavorable condition in our life. We are 100% responsible for it. So we will understand how it goes so deep in our life that causes the worries, suffering. And once the mind is clear from those desires, we live in mindfulness all the time, 24/7. Have you seen even the movies? And it might have happened with you also. There is a big glass in a building, and you don't see, you see there is no glass, there is a big space, and you are walking and you are hit by the glass. Sometimes it happens. It happened with me. You are. Why it happens? Why it happens? Because the desire keeps my mind obsessed. And there is a sense of forgetfulness. I don't see this. I don't see there is a barrier. And that barrier is a desire. Desire, I told you. Do you still remember? Desire for physical dependence, it is a must. We must meet. If you don't pay me something, then how can I feed myself? How can I speak? Yeah? That is very clear. Now consider for a while. Consider for a while. That's one master beautifully explained. So I want to use his expression. It is in the text. Just imagine the desire is a person. Huh? Desire is a person. Desire keeps up the life. Without the desire, life will not exist. So, desire is a person. That desire says, when we wake up in the morning, oh sense organs, do as I tell you. Desire is a person, right? One is our real self, and one, there is a desirer in us. Huh? Did you? I think you're getting it. Don't worry, even if you don't understand, it's okay. You can go through it again and you can understand. So that desire says, oh sense organ, do as I tell you. In the morning, in the evening, the sense organ says to the desire, oh desire, we are tired. We can't do anything now. I have lost all the charms of the objects of the world. So desire goes to the mind. Mind fulfills the desire by dreaming without the help of the sense organs. Sometime later, mind says to the desire, what the mind says to the desire? Oh desire, I'm tired. My energy is exhausted. We are sleeping. Are you getting it? What I'm saying? Goodbye. Desire now goes deeper. Pay attention. Desire goes deeper for more energy to wake up in the next morning and continue its journey. It approaches the real self. The real self is veiled by the ignorance. But desire does not want to stop there. So it multiplies with the past impressions, habit, instinct. Desire goes into the ignorance and gets more strength and vitality, returns to the mind and the sense organs, and then again we wake up in the morning. That is how we live our life. Are you getting it? Did you get it? Tell me, you wake up in the morning and desire as a person in me is ready to take over me. Desire is that person living in me. So that is where our master says you have to be aware. Mind is playing with us, or we must play with the mind. The moment you start playing with the mind, you will follow the path of Shreyas. I believe you understand what is Shreyas. We have already discussed. No worries, even if you don't understand. So you see that? That desire as a person living in me causes the favorable, unfavorable condition. No, honey, you don't listen to me. That is unfavorable condition. Okay? But why honey is not listening to you? Because you have a desire. Do you see that? You want your desire to be fulfilled by the honey. Honey, you are not listening to me. Why honey should always listen to you? Are you special? No, yes, I'm special because I got married. Why you got married? Because of your desire. That desire lives with us all the time. You find out anything in the world. Your motivation of action is that person living in us. And when that person living in us, it has to create a favorable and unfavorable condition. That is what is sorrow and the suffering in our life. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayam dadati patratvam. Such a beautiful. I'm guiding another 13-year-old girl. She now learned this verse by heart. And when I put her, no, you have to contemplate and reflect. So every time, every week, she comes back, no, I reflected on this. My younger sibling demanded something. That's why she got upset. And I fulfilled her desire. I realized she's only 13-year-old. So I gave a very detailed explanation. So I'm giving a very small explanation of this. So what should we do? Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayam dadati patratvam, patratvat dhanamapnoti, dhanat dharma tatah sukham. Vidya dadati vinayam. The knowledge gives me the humility. Knowledge of this Eastern wisdom. You go to the sign NASA, you have done PhD, physics, and lot of research studies. We build our ego. The more we learn many things in the world, I'm a professor, ex-professor, ex-husband. Here it is not that. Vidya dadati vinayam. So we must learn this knowledge of the Eastern wisdom and check that there is a humility in me. And that humility pushes me to contemplate and reflect again and again on this Shreyas, how to work on the mind. So the second line says, Vinayam dadati patratvam. Vinayam. Humility gives me a qualification. It makes me a seeker. Seeker means that I have a confidence, I have a clarity. Here is the desired person in me, and here I am. See that? Seeker separates the two. If you do not separate, nothing is going to happen. So that qualification, you get inner calm, creativity, mind is naturally focused, a sense of confidence that I'm treating the path for the self-discovery. I think it is happening with you all, isn't it? No worries, even if it is not happening. So you see that second line. Third, patratvat dhanamapnoti. So once I have the qualification, it gives me the inner wealth and the outer wealth. Because it's a right knowledge. So if I'm passing on the right knowledge, it is the truth. No, we should speak the truth. That is also a desire. Patratvat dhanamapnoti. Dhanat dharma. So when I have the inner wealth means I'm living in Shreyas, and that helps me to live my righteous life. That righteous life gives me instant peace and happiness in my life. Are you peace? Are you in peace and happiness all the time? That is the subject matter of. Now on the other side, there is another. I gave all the three verses, so I'm repeating these three. Alasasya kuto vidya. If I'm lazy, why I'm lazy? Because of the desire. Desire, three diseases, Preyas. Are you getting it? Are you linking this in your head? Desire. Mind has three diseases. That's why we have a desire. And that desire puts me into the Preyas. What I like, What is pleasant to me, I will do it. When I request you, please go through it again, it is not because I'm important. I'm making you important. Are you getting it? So now see that I am lazy and I keep lying on the bed. I ignore what is right to be done in my life. Are you getting it? That's why I'm lazy. So Master clearly says, if I am lazy, there is no knowledge. If there is no knowledge, there is no inner wealth. Avidasya avidyasya kuto dhanam. And she absorbed so deeply. I took these two verses to explain in 8 to 10 hours of the session. Open. And I said, no, you apply here in your life, with your siblings, with your parents, in your school. With yes. So first is lazy. If I am lazy, no knowledge. No knowledge, no inner wealth. No inner wealth, no friends. Friend here means Shreyas. No friends, no happiness. Think of this. Just think. I'm not teaching, this is all coming from the teachings of our great masters. So, symbolically, what these masters they have said, Karagre Basate Lakshmi. Have you heard, Vaibhav? Karagre Basate Lakshmi. So symbolizes the tips of my fingers, hands are for my activity. For my activity. If I don't do the right karma, means karma belonging to the Shreyas, what is right and good. Karmule. So tips of my fingers symbolizes that I have to be active in the morning until late. Second is, it says that center of the palm symbolizes the knowledge and the rest, the root of the hand symbolizes creation. So I have to create a Shreyas person in me to succeed in awakening and bring an end to the suffering once and for all. Remember all the time, desire person is always living in us. The moment your mind says, I did not understand, that is also a desire because you want to understand. Very good. I believe. So when we live in prayers in the mind, three diseases, and the word is used here, the sin takes over my life. Then I become a sinner. I'm not talking of religion. Sin literally means that opposes the natural universal flow of life. Why we have taken this topic? Think of this. Real self is all pervading. I have to experience that real self which is all pervading beyond any limit. So I have to understand the natural universal flow in my life. If I do not understand that, if there is no clarity, I will not be able to enter into the highest state of meditation. Now see that. Preyas versus Shreyas. Desire. Does the sun ask you to pay any bill? Does air ask you to pay bill? It is our municipality, they send you the bill, whatever the electricity you charge. None of these five elements ask, they charge any bill in our life. Well, it's the electricity, water companies, they send our bill. What I am doing towards who are not charging any bill. Am I responsible for it? Do I move? Am I aware of it? Simple awareness. The moment I'm aware of that space which gives me a moment, a natural flow, the air, no bill. Don't think that, for asthmatics, the air says, no, you have not paid me the bills, that's why you are suffering from asthma. Sin means Preyas. When we live with that desire of the Preyas, what I like, what is pleasant to me, it opposes the natural universal flow. But what it has to do with me? It has to do with my thought, my speech, my action in daily life. Internally, I'm contracted. I feel so much selfish. And then the flow of the thought, speech, and action in daily life is not in tune with the universe. That is the reason we follow that desire. Desire says, wake up all the sense organs. Are you getting it? Desire holds me back all the time. Now, at present, just for a moment, you leave all the desires. Mind is empty. Then what is the knowledge? We all are the guests to this universe. We met together. We don't know in what condition we met. You approached me. You are tolerating me, listening to me. We all are the guests to this universe. When that desire, three diseases, Preyas leaves my mind, we all are guests to this universe. We came on this earth like a guest for a period at a place in relationship. Is it not my responsibility to behave, think, and speak and act in tune with the universe? Whether you fulfill my desire or you don't fulfill. That is the point. Are you getting it? You're living in your family, with honey, with relationship, with. Are you getting it? That what will happen? The entire day will pass peacefully. You have no opposing thoughts. When I say close your eyes, get ready, you are ready. Are you getting it? We're going deeper. So our master answers the question why we are here on the earth. On my website, I simply gave, people give different expressions. Our masters evolve and help everyone to evolve. That is the exact purpose of the life. To help and be helped by everyone in order to find my true nature. That is a broader vision of mindfulness or meditation. to express it in thought, speech, and action. You react, honey, you don't fulfill, why don't you understand? So I told you. That means I have a desire that is not being fulfilled. Right? Now apply. Now, Master says how to have a right and good thought, right and good speech, right and good action. Shreyas. Think of this. Now, you all are seekers, so it is very important for us to contemplate and reflect. We discover ourselves by wealth, by recognition, and they all leave us. They are not attached to us, we are attached to them. That is why I started today's topic with the desire. We do not use them to evolve. They use me to force me to live a life of prayers. That is what the desire is. Emotional dependence, I have already explained. My master used to say that existence is unhappy from us. And that is why it creates the unfavorable condition in the family, in the people around me, in the society. I'm repeating those words. Desire, before desire, mind suffers from three diseases: favorable, unfavorable condition, Shreyas and Preyas, sin. Link all these words together in your life and see that. Sin has nothing to do with the hell and heaven. I'm not talking of religion. I create unfavorable condition in my life because of the desire, because of the three diseases that the mind is suffering. And that results me into Preyas. Last thing, quite interesting. He is a wonderful guy, wonderful, very intelligent. Very intelligent. So last week said, no, I will have a session on Monday. He learned for a couple of years with me. Then he says, oh, can you change it to Tuesday at 12? I said, okay, I had time. No, Wednesday at 5. So I had another session. I said, let me reschedule it. Yes. So I requested the other guys. He said, let's have a Thursday, 2 days at 2 p.m. And then I got an email today in the morning. Can we have a session at 10? I said, yes, I have time. I can do it. Am I doing like this? And then I force you to believe me. Apply this in your life. They are subtle moments of the prayers that will cause a lot of unfavorable situations in your life. A single smaller thing. And it comes because of the desire. I am busy, let me fulfill all the desires. That's why I change all these times. I'm not paying attention to myself. I don't follow Shreyas. You all are seekers. We are going slowly, little by little, deeper and deeper and higher. Let us start our Ah, after the gossip, let us start our practice. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Body is steady. Eyes are closed. The body is steady. And mind is facing within. I'm not saying anything. And your intellect is working. What it means by the steady body, what it means by the mind facing within, what it means by eyes are closed. You see, you don't need me. When the mind follows the path of the Shreyas in the intellect with knowledge, what is knowledge? Knowledge is awareness. What is awareness? It is an experience. Be very clear. Body is steady. Mind is facing within means it is ready to move to the. It's already in the Shreyas movement. Why? You know it. How you know it? Desire says, sense organ, be ready to go out. I have lot of things to do today. We will do it, but with the movement of the. Look at it. Understand, my friends. You are aware of the body. There is a sense of steadiness. One part of the mind has still the desire that pushes the mind to go out. So that is what we do. We become carefree. That is not my way. So again, I'm using the words, and you simply settle the position of the body. Steadiness, experience of the steadiness. Being comfortable. Do you still remember? So some of you may remember sensation, comfort, and steadiness. I told you the glass door, glass, big glass, and we hit. The glass, oh, it is only a space. So what I'm explaining with reference to being comfortable, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. The desire hits in the mind at this moment, then some of you may not experience the space. And I told you space is awareness and awareness is space. See that. No teacher is important. Teacher is important in explaining, opening the mind with a clarity and understanding. But you are responsible for your success. Being comfortable. Being comfortable Sensation, comfort, and steadiness you experience, and then the space. Desire will continue to be there. It is essential for my existence. But what I'm doing meditation. I'm not interested. Why? I already explained you the desire. And then we come little deeper to being carefree. Being comfortable and carefree are all go together. When we increase our level of awareness living within, they are together. They are one. Comfort, awareness, sensation, awareness, steadiness, thought has come. No worries. So in order to be comfortable, I'm carefree too. That is how I explain to you at an easy level. Honey, you don't listen to me. I will open up the secret that why I'm always, for the last couple of weeks and the months, I have been saying you to chant, recite the mantra mentally. We will talk about that. So, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. May there be well being for all. But 3 times you recite, let the words settle into your mind by the intellect. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. 3 times. Meaning is, may there be well being. I have been pointing to your mind that this state of the well being is a common denominator for every living being. So we are asking the mind to discover this. What is that common denominator which keeps my mind to have an awareness of oneness? And when we have an oneness, mind will explode to that all-pervading real self. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. You said it. Intellect knows the meaning. It understands. And you are there. Where are you? In my home. So Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. After saying it, where are you? I am in that state of well-being awareness. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. No worries, we'll get rid of these mantras once we understand why, how, where. Let me put another understanding. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Well-being, awareness, knowledge prevents the mind to move with the desire that I have already explained. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. It has nothing to do with doing 3 times or 4 times. It is doing until we are already settled in that awareness. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. If you like to sing, it's good in the mind. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. We'll understand the word, the mantra, whether you say alphabets, mantra, sentence, phrase, mantra. We'll understand the power of the word. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. You're simply reciting it. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. My friends, understand a simple logic. My mind is constantly brooding, contemplating, reflecting, blaming myself that I'm lazy, I'm crazy, I reacted to this, I did this. Hot repetition. So that's why I said first 3 times, when you repeat this, what is going to happen in your mind? Now with the meaning. What is the meaning? May there be peace for all. I'm not a god and I'm not a president of any country to claim that let there be peace for all. I'm invoking peace that is already present within me. That is the essence of it. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. See how beautiful you have been maintaining that steadiness, comfort. Mindfulness is just a play and a fun in life. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. We remember the previous session of 4R. Recognize, receive, retain, and realize. Did you retain the essence of the peace? Our master says that peace is a good space. Now, when you are reciting the mantra, singing the mantra mentally, and you absorb yourself into that good space, that will invoke the Shreyas in our life. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. You can change, you can have any slang. Or you can say simply in English, may there be peace for all. No issue. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Another point in today's do you see that we are not doing anything? We are not asking the mind to do anything. We are asking the mind, do you recognize that the peace is within? You're not doing breathing, nyasa, and other stuff, that I have given you in previous meditations. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Desire makes me hit all the time in my relationship, in my family, in my social and professional life. And that prevents the peace to manifest. Her lines Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. English translation: may there be completeness, wholeness in me. Why? I'm whole. I'm complete. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. What is desire? Sense of incompleteness. Another definition. No desire, sense of completeness will naturally move the mind within. If it is happening to you, you are there. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. When I'm saying, even if you don't understand, it is good, I want to prick. When we are a seeker, we are close. I want to prick your intellect, to raise your awareness. Nothing bad about it. Let there be sense of completeness. The sugar is complete in itself because of its sweetness. You don't add sugar to make the sugar sweet. And now, with that reference, you are reciting. What will happen to the desire, you can easily understand. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. It thrills you. The mind says, wow, I am complete in myself. Even if you have 1,000,000 desires in the mind says, no, I am with completeness. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. I told you we are going to talk the power of the word. It's only an understanding. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. We cannot do like this until we are a seeker. The last line. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Meaning, may there be auspiciousness for all. And I told you, auspiciousness means what is right and good. But we have to understand what is right and good. We'll take up. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. It also means may there be happiness for all. The word Mangalam in Sanskrit means I am 100% aware and attentive to take the next step in my life, what is right and good in my thought, in my speech, in my action. So, what will happen? You're making a mockery of your desires because of the past impressions. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. And now that sense of happiness, with that sense of happiness, honey, this is the problem. Can we sit? You're still living with the desire. But now everything has changed. Your perception has changed. You don't feel the sense of incompleteness. So even if honey agrees, you're happy. Doesn't agree, you're happy. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Can I say we have saturated the mind? You see, we say, what we say? Anti. A treatment to the mind, anti-desire. And the last step is very important that you have done a couple of times. You are singing Om, and the mind is moving deep inside the heart, in the cave of the heart. And once the Om ends, you ask the mind to stay there. And then you drop Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This 13-year-old girl, that Om Shanti, the way she recites, it is still vibrating in my mind. You can't imagine the amount of happiness that I feel. That is what the teachers in the Eastern wisdom wants. You are doing on your own pace. Shanti. Knowledge of the Shanti absorbed into the inner space. Second Shanti. Mind says, yes, I'm with you. Again absorbed. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Don't you have a desire? Yes, I have a desire to merge the mind into the real self. That one desire fulfills all the desires. And it takes a long time for the mind to accept, recognize, retain, and realize. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your eyes, and open the eyes inside. Be there for a while and know what is happening. Bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good. Little trouble coming back from that. Um, Quiet, deep, um, all makes sense. So I found myself deep within my heart center, and I actually experienced. Um, I felt going deeper than I'd gone before,
Good.
and a major change in my body temperature.
Ah,
Almost a frigid coldness that actually stopped me from going even deeper than where I was. But I let it go. I stayed, did my thing, and we'll see how this develops in the future. Thank you.
beautiful. That's beautiful. We are going deeper and deeper. It's a beautiful explanation. How are you, Brandy?
I'm good, thank you. It really resonated during my meditation when you said that the desire we still do the journey, right, and the desire stays there. Oh, I really felt that separateness because I was on my journey and like the desire was somewhere over here. And I think that with that, that any unfulfilled desire, there's always that agitation,
Yeah,
right? This constant sort of agitation with it. And so that's what I offered my piece.
good.
Just because, I can't, like, it's, you can't really do anything about not meeting the desire except
That's
give it.
wonderful. That's another beautiful explanation. You see that? That's why we need to talk and communicate, not only with the teacher, but also with yourself. That is what beautiful. How are you, David and Jerry?
That was a very good experience for me. My time in my heart center was much like Stephen's, although the temperatures were reversed. My body temperature went up
Good.
being there. But what I realized is that it's that when your mind, you start it, you say, look inward with your mind. There's just this instant peace. It's like
Ah,
coming into a warm house out of a snowstorm.
ah,
And then I find that the muscle or the training then is to keep the mind there. And
yeah.
it's there's a little bit, sometimes it wants to slip outside into the storm a bit, but then it realizes how wonderful it is inside, and it gets stronger and stronger to stay inside. If that makes sense.
That's a beautiful way. That's another beautiful way to explain. Because why we share the experiences so that we all share together and we understand, oh, this is what happens. Such a beautiful. Yes. How are you, Jerry?
I have to leave, so thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Sir, I'm good. Yeah, it was. I love the message. The takeaway, just that the peace is inside, and no matter what we do or we don't do, what we have or we don't have,
Yeah.
all the changes, it stays the same. And so if we can keep reflecting and knowing that.
You see, the desire that is what she is explaining. Desire constantly changes its shape, size, color, mode. And it does not allow us to become aware and attentive. And that becomes the cause of serious conflicts in us. That creates an unfavorable situation. Honey, why don't you listen to me? And the honey doesn't say anything. You are still disturbed. No, I'm listening to. No, you are not listening. Again, I'm disturbed. You see, the movement of the desire, simple, small things. Small, very subtle moment. So I had an intense desire to talk about this and I forgot. You see, I had one desire, it moves in this direction, so I forgot to remove the towel from my chair. I realize it, but it's okay. It is not causing any trouble. You see, it will happen. So don't see that, yeah. Let us go to Lara. No.
So I've kind of this has kind of gone along with some of my other work I've been doing this week is looking at contentment and realizing that what kind of made sense for me today is that like the desires are not contentment, and can we find this contentment and peace within? And then again, when we're getting pulled out, like that's the desires and the distraction. So it was funny because I had an itch on my face, and it happened at the beginning, and then I was like, just itch it and don't worry about it.
I saw
and then I was
that.
trying to ignore it, and then I was like, forget it. Feed that desire of itching your face, and like don't worry about it. So that was really interesting. And then I've been having a lot of like kind of opening in the third eye section, or kind of in this forehead pillars a lot this week, and so I had this interesting correlation with the heart and the third eye when we were going into that piece. So did that, and then I went into the belly, and so just kind of.
It's again what a beautiful way. Understand that the mind is so much heavily conditioned that even a slight itching makes the mind so agitated. And it is again the desire. And what she said, oh, let it happen. It's gone. It goes away. It definitely goes away. Only the seeker can understand this. But when I start giving the lesson the first time, it is happening, do you think that I should not do it? It will disturb my meditation. Desire to go for it is a disturbance. Good. Wonderful. How are you, Barbara?
I feel wonderful. It was a very, very peaceful meditation for me. And at the beginning of the meditation, I was feeling cold, or actually before the meditation.
Good.
But during the meditation, I felt very warm and very comfortable.
Beautiful.
And I felt like a real sense of completeness that I didn't need anything else.
That's
and
wonderful.
It was wonderful.
That's wonderful. You see that sense of completeness in the mind, supported by the knowledge in the intellect. You are already there. That's another way. How are you, Vaibhav?
Sir, I'm good. It was very peaceful. It's like that I'm to zone of peace and happiness So I stayed there and it was very good.
Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत अच्छा था सर। आज ना ऐसे लग रहा था जैसे पूर्णता का आभास हो रहा था और चेहरे पे अपने आप स्माइल आ गई। तो वो बहुत वाइड स्माइल थी और बड़ी काफी देर तक बनी रही।
Yeah, there was a sense of completeness, and she has the inner smile. Constant movement into the smile and joy. That is what happens in the ultimate state. You feel the sense of completeness, and the joy is always inside. But if someone is harming you, you say, no, I have a joy inside, and then, please don't harm me. That is transactional reality. I have to take action for the transactional reality. I have to do to save myself. So we will understand. Do you have any question? No question. Better. Let us leave now, not forever, but for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.